So what am I trying to do here? Probably to imitate this cupcake. I want to do like a whimsical girl's face with the cupcake on her head. So I'm trying to think which way to direct the cupcake. So I'm going to start by using this Naples yellow, just to give me the shape of the cupcake, so I roughly know what I'm working with. Apologies for the noise outside. They're just about to finish the two last houses in front of us, and then they can move on to the others which are further away. Yeah, a little bit annoying, but what can you do? This has been going on for a while now, so you kind of get used to it, sort of, or you try. So I'm going to try and mix this lovely color, which is sort of like a muted, like I don't know, Victorian red, or like a muted red. And for this purpose, I don't mind the watercolor being opaque and whatnot, because it's just, you know, it's not the same experience as you get on watercolor paper, and where you try kind of to articulate and improve your watercolor skills. This is not it. This is just having fun, being free, and unlocking your creative side, and learning things and exploring. So I'm just mixing two colors at the moment, the cadmium red hue and the Naples yellow from the student grade, and that's what I'm getting. So I'm just getting a little mixture of light and slightly darker colors, and then I can try and go in like this just to break it up a little bit more. And now I'm going to try and mix up this muted green, which seems quite nice. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this Naples yellow, and then I'm going to take the permanent green and just kind of do a bit of foliage work here and there. I would just try to darken it up. As you can see, there are different colors on the cupcake. And here we go again. So something just quite loose, like that, and I think I'm going to do, usually I don't do this, but today I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do a face in color. So this is my face, and there's no space for the neck, unfortunately, but what can you do? In terms of hair, I think I'm going to go into indigo and just kind of give her some hair like this, kind of give her a little fringe. Okay, so, oh no, I got a little bit too much water in there, but that's the good thing with gesso. You can just wipe it off like that and there is no problem. And going to go back in with Naples yellow like this. So I'm going to let it dry now, and see what happens. I think while it's drying, I'm going to try and bring a little bit more color variation into the flowers, just to break it down a little bit, and also the leaves. So I just took some carmine and mixed it into the ready mix on my palette, as you saw. I think I'm going to take some of this olive green and just kind of here and there, just add a little bit of an accent, and maybe try to darken it up just as it comes out of the flowers. Naturally, that's where it would be the darkest. So something like that. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay, so while I was waiting for it to dry, it's almost dry now, but I kind of feel like adding a pastel pink background to this, and so I'll take some magenta over here, and I'll take some Naples yellow. It's a great color to just dilute or make something a little bit more, how should I say, pastel-like. So that's a nice color now. Okay, so I'm just going to go all the way around and try to do the watercolor thing where you kind of don't make everything look the same, but in some areas you want to have more water, in some you want to have more watercolor, and that gives you like a texture and a variation, which is what is great about watercolor. So I'm just going to mix up this color again, just a bit more pink. Now this is now a little bit darker, and that's okay because I'm just going to go in some other areas, and then I'm just going to take some water and press on my brush to get more water out, basically, and that is then creating the desired effect. So I think I'm not going to cover everything. I think I'm going to leave this white area around here. I'm going to darken it just a touch and then go in like this. I kind of want it to look like she's somewhere in a rose garden, and obviously, you know, this is just pink color, so it's not really looking like roses or anything, but you're kind of suggesting that, or supposed to do that when you look at it, and you have all these roses around her as well. So yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to create, and I'm going to leave it at this. So I thought while the pink background is drying, I'm going to take my ink pen. This is the Charlie Noodles ink pen, and if you compare the nib, it basically is the same or very similar as the extra fine nib from Lamy Safari. So I'm just going to kind of outline. I'm going to give her a little neck like this, and I'm going to give her a little necklace. As it is ink pen, it's kind of can give you those kind of lines that are abrupt, because even you're using a say a pigment micron, yeah, Pigment Micro, and they're a bit more perfect rather than unperfect, which is okay if you like this type of thing. So let me go over the cupcake just for now. So I'm just going to outline and kind of highlight these separate elements and the roses and things like that to make them look a little bit more like roses. I'm not even going to look at the original picture down here. I'm just doing it quite loosely and creating some different shaped flowers, like that. And then I'm going to do what I love doing, the line work on the leaves lately. It's been my favorite. It just makes the leaf look so kind of nice and textured. Again, if you are using like super expensive watercolors on great quality watercolor paper, you wouldn't want to do this because obviously you hide the piece of work that you did. But here I don't mind them because it's just about journaling. So now this is the cupcake. I'm just going to make these lines a bit stronger, and I think I probably should give her like one of those Alice bands. So I'm just going to try and create that as if it's holding onto one of those. And then the hair. With the hair, I find that the more loose the lines are, the better it is. So I'm just going to move on to the face now. And do a strong eyebrow. I love strong eyebrows in my girls. And that's probably the reason why I love illustrating Frida, because she's just so, her eyebrows are, it's an icon really. So I'm just going to create kind of a sassy look. Always a winged eyeliner, that's a must-have. And then I kind of like to make the eye look straight ahead like this. So I'm going to give her small earrings like that. Let's see, I think that should be it. I'm just going to go in here probably. And why not, just for the sake of it. Just do this. It's like a see-through element. So that is it, I think. So this area would be great for journaling if I wanted to do that. But for the face, to finish the face, I'm not sure at which point it cut out, but basically the memory card was full. So I was just trying to say that I'm trying to give her this lip and trying not to touch the lines of the ink, because although Noodler's ink claims to be bulletproof and waterproof, it's not 100%, so it can it does move, it does feather with water, not as much as other inks for sure, but it's not 100% bulletproof if that's what you're expecting when you're buying it. And So that's it. So I think my face is now going to be ready, and I'm just going to show you what I mean. So here you go, you can see, you can move it, and I'm going to do that just to create a little eyeshadow here, just to darken it up and have it a little bit more kind of grungy looking. I think that looks quite nice. And that is it. Oh yeah, lashes, how could I forget lashes? So let's see if this is dry. It still feels a little bit wet to the touch, but I'm going to try and give her these kind of nice eyelashes, which I love doing. So yeah, so that's my journaling done. That's how I like to journal anyway, and the idea that I'm trying to share here is that you can just be creative, and sometimes when you don't know what's happening or what you want to create, just go with it and see what happens. Like I just spotted this bit here, which I put a little bit of gesso on there, but I didn't put the watercolor, and it would look quite nice if I just kind of went over it, just to make it look like it's like the watercolor is continued here. Sorry if I'm not very explaining this very well. It's just because when you are journaling, you are kind of in your own mind, and it's hard to also share it kind of thought-wise. So maybe visually it's more easier for you to follow than what I'm saying, but I hope it makes sense anyway. So yeah, I hope this inspired you to do your journaling. My journaling, I discovered, is about being creative, trying to paint or draw things that I like, which is faces, girls, flowers, that kind of thing. And sometimes I try to make it a bit more prettier, and sometimes I like it a bit more grungy, like on this page next to it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching. See you soon.